Thanks for logging on to myfoxhurricane.com. Here we are into the end of August, and here's where we stand as far as those numbers are concerned. You're looking back at 2024 and then the average. So we've had 6 named storms, we've had 1 hurricane, and we've had 1 major hurricane so far this season. Here are the names that we've now checked off the list. We still have Fernand working its way across the now North Atlantic. That's pretty much done. No concern whatsoever because it's out over open water, heading over cooler waters. Next name up on the list is Gabrielle. Question is, when are we going to see that? I'll tell you right now, not seeing anything out there, which is good news. I mean, we're heading towards the Labor Day holiday weekend, and so often we're heading into this weekend and we're tracking, or at least we're talking about that threat, that potential of something. So it's nice to be heading into the Labor Day weekend and not be talking about any upcoming storms. So here is Tropical Storm Fernand, and you see the winds right now are at 45 miles an hour, but it's also a very lopsided storm because you see where the icon is and you see where all the convection is. Basically that western side of the storm is exposed. The eye of this, or I shouldn't say the eye, but the center of the storm is essentially exposed. So this system's not going to do anything, and in fact it's just going to continue to work its way over cooler water. So you see we go from the tropical storm icon to an L. This is basically telling us right there that this system is going through that transformation process where it's becoming post-tropical or an extratropical system. It's losing those tropical characteristics because it's moving over cooler waters, and the forcing mechanisms that produce this area low pressure, those are changing. So we say goodbye to that. That'll happen sometime tonight or through the overnight hours. Now, that tropical cyclone outlook, as we look through first part of September, one of the areas that we're going to be watching is across the central and the eastern Atlantic. And of course, that makes sense. This time of the year, you would expect to see something developing there. But as you look at the satellite imagery right now and you look at where that Saharan dust is, look at this. You have another big plume of that Saharan dust. Now, typically by this time in the year, a lot of that dust has really settled down and we're not seeing as big a plume. So a little unusual to see so much dust, but there you have it. We've got a tropical wave right there mixed into that. You have another one right here. So that's the other thing. You're looking at the tropical waves that we have, very minimal convection with it, and certainly no organization or really no signs of any organization. So looks like everything is going to stay pretty quiet. In fact, as you watch this on the Fox model, as we go through the next several days, it's really hard to pick those waves out. You just continue to see a lot of that dust working its way to the west, eventually into the Caribbean, and no signs of any organization, any tropical systems, all the way through the weekend. So we'll keep you updated right here on myfoxhurricane.com.